Hold up.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get in some front page news. Start off with sports. Now, yesterday and Thursday night football, the Seahawks beat the Cardinals 23-20. Now, WNBA playoffs, the Aces take on the Fever in Game 3.
Let's go, Aces.
Also tonight, the Lynx take on Phoenix at 9:30.
This is a tough series to root for. I just want y'all to know that because Aaliyah Boston is a former South Carolina Gamecock, too. She brought a championship to the South Carolina Gamecocks. And you have the Las Vegas Aces who have Asia Wilson, the legendary South Carolina Gamecock. So that is a tough series. So I don't know. I am rooting for the Aces, though.
Okay. What's up, Mimi?
What's up? Good morning, Charlamagne. Good morning, Envy. How you guys doing?
Peace,
Morning.
Mimi.
Good morning. Good morning. So our top story this morning is dominating headlines everywhere. Former FBI Director James Comey has been indicted on 2 federal charges, the most dramatic move yet in President Donald Trump's push to prosecute his political adversaries. The indictment, filed in Alexandria, Virginia, accuses Comey of making false statements to Congress and obstructing a congressional proceeding. Now, both charges go back to testimony he gave in September of 2020 when senators pressed him on whether he had authorized FBI officials to leak information about the Clinton email investigation or possible ties between Trump's campaign and Russia. Now, prosecutors say his answers were false. Now, each charge carries up to 5 years in prison, though legal experts note Comey is a first-time defendant and would likely face less time if convicted. Now, the timing, though, it raises questions. Just last week, Trump ousted the federal prosecutor in Virginia after he resisted on bringing charges, citing weak evidence. Now, in his place, Trump installed Lindsey Halligan, a former White House aide and Trump lawyer with no prior trial experience. Days later, the indictment was followed. Now, the political backdrop is also very impossible to ignore. Trump has publicly demanded his Attorney General Pam Bondi, quote, move now on Comey and other opponents, even posting that his critics were guilty as hell. From the White House, Trump is celebrating the indictment, calling it justice in America, and blasting Comey as one of the worst human beings this country has ever been exposed to. Comey, for his part, responded quickly, posting a defiant video on Instagram. Let's hear what he had to say.
My family and I have known for years that there are costs to standing up to Donald Trump, but we couldn't imagine ourselves living any other way. We will not live on our knees, and you shouldn't either. Somebody that I love dearly recently said that fear is the tool of a tyrant, and she's right. But I'm not afraid, and I hope you're not either. I hope instead you are engaged, you are paying attention, and you will vote like your beloved country depends upon it, which it does. My heart is broken for the Department of Justice, but I have great confidence in the federal judicial system, and I'm innocent. So let's have a trial.
Yeah, vote if there's a free and fair election in 2026 and 2028. The way things are trending, it don't look that way. And Mimi, I just think we need to stress how much this isn't normal. We need to stress how much this is revenge. Trump has a list. Okay, he just has a list, and he's going to execute his hit list. And this is the difference between Trump and President Biden. The way Trump talks about his political opponents is how Biden should have been talking about Trump. The way Pam Bondi talks about her political opponents is how Merrick Garland should have been talking about Trump.
Yeah, this is crazy. If it would have been one more week, the statute of limitations would have been up and he wouldn't have been able to be charged. But the fact that he has to go through this, innocent or not, he's going to have to spend millions of dollars fighting in court to see if whatever the case may be, which is insane.
Exactly. And the fallout is also touching his other family members. Just minutes after the indictment was filed, his son-in-law, who is a senior national security prosecutor in Virginia, he also resigned. And so we'll see what happens. This all goes back to 2017 when Trump fired him after asking for his loyalty, and Comey declined that. And so we'll see what happens. He's expected in court on October 9th. According to CNN, he's expected to turn himself in this morning. So we'll keep following that. And there's an update to a story that we've been following, the Doge employee who was attacked in Washington, D.C. This is a case that set off President Trump's decision to federalize D.C. and send the National Guard troops in. Well, a 15-year-old boy has now pled guilty to assaulting 19-year-old Edward Cortazine. He's the early Doge hire and the protege of Elon Musk. Now, that attack, it happened back in early August, and it drew national attention after Trump posted that bloody image of him online. And that's when he declared a national crisis in D.C. Days later, federal takeover of the Washington police system took over. And this week, that case took a major turn with the 15-year-old pleading guilty to felony assault, robbery, attempted robbery, and he's now awaiting sentencing next month. So we'll see what happens with that.
All right. Well, thank you, Mimi. We'll see you next hour. Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back in some front page news. Now, some quick sports. The Seahawks beat the Cardinals last night, 23-20. WNBA playoffs tonight. The Aces take on the Fever at 7:30, and the Lynx take on the Mercury at 9:30. What's up, Mimi?
What's up, MB? Charlamagne, Jess, good morning.
Hey, girl.
Peace, Mimi.
Good morning. All right, so we're starting 7 with a tense scene at Tennessee State University and HBCU in Nashville, where a conservative group showed up on campus uninvited, sparking confrontation and outrage. Now, the group, which called itself Fearless Debates, wore MAGA hats and carried signs that read, DEI should be illegal and deport all illegals now. They were inspired by the late conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Now, the Nashville NAACP says this wasn't about dialogue, it was about provocation. TSU quickly made the group leave and says that they have no ties to the university. Campus police and staff moved in and escorted them off the grounds without incident. But online videos show just how tense it got. Students shouted back, held up Black Lives Matter signs, and followed along as police led the group out. TSU President Dwayne Tucker says an investigation is underway and how the group into how the group got on the campus. Now, he plans to meet with students in the coming days to hear their concerns. Now, the group, for its part, insists they were not there to antagonize, but to have what it calls a healthy debate. Let's hear what they had to say.
If you want to talk to people who disagree with you, you go to the place where people are likely to disagree with you. We kind of just drive places and then we end up in a city. We pick a city and then we just go to that city and then we kind of figure out what universities are there. We didn't know that TSU was an HBCU until the night before. He didn't know until they told him on campus.
So I don't know if you guys saw that video, but the NAACP, a lot of the students are saying that they don't believe that they didn't know. It was hard to not know. They set up tables right there in the middle of the yard and put those signs out and really confronted students. And so the NAACP says the visit was a deliberate attempt to intimidate Black students at an HBCU and warns this could be a larger trend targeting campuses nationwide.
I don't know. I don't know if it was there to intimidate, because them kids wasn't going back down at all. You know what I'm saying? But I was conflicted about this because I feel like they did come there to provoke that crowd. Like they came there to antagonize. They wanted that crowd to react exactly the way they did, but they didn't give any context to those videos they were posting. Like, when they posted the video, they just posted, them being surrounded by all of these young Black kids and the young Black kids shouting at them. So, you see the comments saying, oh, y'all don't like healthy dialogue, y'all don't like healthy debate. But the context is, they didn't have permission to be there to begin with.
Not at all.
You understand what I'm saying? So they just popped up.
Pulled up on campus.
So if anything, I feel like security should have just escorted them out, and I wish the students would have just ignored them altogether, because you kind of gave them exactly what they wanted.
What they were looking for. Absolutely. And so now to a story that could hit close to home for millions of shoppers. Amazon just got slapped with one of the biggest penalties over its Prime membership. So the Federal Trade Commission says Amazon misled millions of people, making it super easy to sign up for Prime membership, but confusing when it came to canceling. Now, as part of the deal, Amazon will pay a record $2.5 billion to settle the case. The agreement, it ends a 2-year battle with the FTC, which accused the company of using what it calls subscription traps. It's designed to trick people into signing up, but then blocks your exit. Now, here's how, though, the payout will work. $1 billion is a civil penalty, and $1.5 billion will go back to an estimated 35 million people. Now, regulators say this is the largest penalty ever tied to an FTC rule violation. But consumer advocates, they argue it's just a slap on the wrist for Amazon. Last year alone, they pulled in $44 billion. So that penalty is about 5% of that total. Amazon says it did nothing wrong and only settled so it can, quote, move forward. Prime membership, which is about $139 a year, remains one of the company's biggest money makers. So how do you get your money? Well, some refunds will be automatic, about $51 for customers who were caught in the confusing sign-up process and barely used Prime, but many others will need to file a claim. Amazon has 30 days to send that notice to people. They'll do it by email or mail. And then they'll have to set up a website with instructions. From there, people will have 180 days to submit their claims.
Run me my $51.
I know that's right.
I'm with you. Give me my $50, my 51.
Yeah. But let me ask you guys, have you ever tried to cancel something online and it just felt impossible you can't find the cancellation button?
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people are
Absolutely.
saying.
There's a app for it, but I can't find what the app. I can't remember what the app is right now. But there's an app that does that. It cancels like all those unwanted
subscriptions. Yeah.
But you know, you could do it on your. My daughter taught me how to do it on my iPhone. I think I did it for you one time,
Yeah,
right?
you did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, Rocket Money. That's what it. Rocket Money.
Rocket Money.
Yeah, they advertise all the time. Rocket Money. It helps you cancel your unwanted subscriptions.
Yep, there you have it right there. And lastly, the way we talk keeps changing. And so now the dictionary is finally catching up. So Merriam-Webster is releasing its first edition in more than 20 years, adding more than 5,000 new words and phrases that we already use every day. So I'm talking words like beast mode, dad bod, side eye, cancel culture, doom scrolling is that endless late night scroll on your phone. And one word that's very popular with Gen Z, it's called Riz. Do you guys know what that is?
I do.
Riz, so
What about?
Don't it mean swag or something like that?
Kinda.
I thought that meant when you're trying to holler at a girl, like your game.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So if someone says you've got no Riz, that they're really saying exactly,
no
Charlamagne,
game.
you have no game. Absolutely.
What about fine
so-
shit?
Oh no,
I don't think that's on there.
That ain't on there
I don't
yet?
think fine shit on there.
I don't think
not even
how do y'all-
SHYT.
How do y'all
no.
women feel about that being called fine shit?
I don't know. I don't ever want to be called shit anyway. So I mean,
I don't think shit could be fine.
Yeah, no.
I've never seen sexy shit. Like, oh, that is shit sexy.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, I don't know how you put those two together. So anyway, the dictionary is coming out November 8th, and it's already out for pre-order. And so there's a bunch of new words that you can check out that we already say. And so those are now part of the English dictionary.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's your front page news. I'm Mimi Brown. Follow me at Mimi Brown TV. And for more stories, follow the Black Information Network. Download the free iHeartRadio app and visit BINnews.com.
Thank you, Mimi. Have a great weekend.
Hold up. Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?